Hey friends! So this is going to be one of the very first few videos that I'm doing, and I am in my closet because this is where I actually spend the most time with God, the where I can feel His presence most. So basically today what I want to talk about is when God veils you, when you ask God to veil you from something, from someone. My particular case is just an example, and maybe you could be going through this right now. You went through this, and it was a really cool experience, actually. So basically, I was tired. I was dating a whole bunch of weirdos. I knew that these guys were no good for me. I have such a strong relationship with God that I can hear Him telling me, Jade, yes, or Jade, no. Like, if there was a billboard saying, stop dating these people, I was driving past it every single day. So basically, I just had one too many, got in a really big fight with one of my ex boyfriends, and I was like, I've had enough. Like, I am absolutely done. I am done with guys. I just don't want to do this anymore. God, I'm surrendering and I'm giving this to you. What do you want me to do? So I'm a pretty spiritual person anyway. So I would pray in my closet like twice in the morning, like in the morning and at night, and then I'd be like, okay, God, like I'm waiting on you. And my prayer became very, very specific. So that's one thing about prayer. You have to be extremely specific with what you want to pray for. So I was very specific, and I was like, you know what, God, like I want a husband. I am seeking a husband. I want someone to court me, and I want to be someone's wife. I want somebody who is going to be praying for me just as hard as I am praying for them right now. So I got really, really intentional and very, very specific with my prayer. And I said, God, please veil me. Veil me from anything, anyone, any situation that is gonna keep me and is gonna keep me away from you and keep me from doing this the way that you have called me to do it. So I went into what I call like serious hibernation, I rarely got on social media. I was still using social media because my Warrior Wednesday, but I rarely got on social media. I only listened to spiritual music. Like I only listened to gospel music. Like anytime that I could get a chance, it's the only thing I listened to. I would not watch TV. I would only listen to YouTube videos of like inspirational stories and testimonies. Heather Lindsay, she is phenomenal. If anybody ever gets a chance to YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, look up Heather Lindsay because she has some really inspirational things. So I literally was feeding my spirit on 24 hours. Like I was going to sleep listening to things. Like it got intense. My relationship got so strong with God that I could literally, it was like I was dating Jesus, literally. I was literally getting like cooking dinner and like setting up the table all fancy and having date nights with Jesus. And I was praying to God every day. And I was like, Lord, veil me. Lord, whoever my husband is, I pray that he has a good day at work today. Like I pray that he is praying for me. And I just really, really, I want this, Lord, but I want it when you want me to have it. And my prayer started to change over time. So I did that for about, I don't know, maybe like 2.5 months, and I stopped looking. And that's another thing that I think that a lot of girls, and not even girls, just anybody, when you're looking for a relationship, you start posting things on social media, you start subliminally saying things like you're just not yourself because quite frankly, when you do that stuff, it's almost like you're desperate. I look back now and I'm looking at some of those videos and some of those things that I post, and I was like, whoa, like, no wonder why nobody was hitting me up because I sound like a psycho lady. So I just stopped doing all of that stuff, and then I gradually started to get back on social media some more. But again, like completely veiling my spirit, asking God to cover me, keep me away from anything that is unlike you. Like literally cover me. I don't want to see nothing. I don't want to do nothing. Like the next time that you show me someone, like I know that this is what you have called it to be. So one day, I'm on Instagram, and you know when somebody gets on to Instagram, they like send you a notification like so and so just created an Instagram. And I looked and it was like Sir King James is now back on Instagram. And I was like, why do I know that? Like this kid looks familiar. So I clicked on the Instagram, and it was James, my current boyfriend now. And I was like, I know this kid. Like, we all got that one Instagram crush. And he was my Instagram crush, but he must have deleted his Instagram. And I forgot about it, honestly. So I go to my sister's house, and the day before the day that this happened, a whole bunch of stuff happened like earlier in the day. Like I was on like a serious platform on social media. Like I am tired of all these guys like not wanting to pursue girls, and like if you like somebody, you should just say something, like just going on tangents. Like I was completely outside of myself. I met up with one of my girlfriends who I haven't seen in a really, really, really long time, and we're talking, and I get like a little like courage in me, and I'm like, whatever, like I'm gonna drive to my ex's house and I'm gonna tell him how I really feel, how he hurt me, and how I feel so much better. And I'm so glad that I have God in my life now and I don't need him. And I just wanna thank him. So I go and I drive over there and I'm like getting closer and closer. And I'm like, oh my God, like, am I really gonna do this? Well, he's not gonna be outside of his house. So I'll just keep driving. Sure enough, I get to his house and he's outside of his house. So I'm like, all right, God, like, obviously, this is something you want me to do. Just thinking about this makes me laugh. So I get out the car and I'm super nice and I'm like, hey, how are you? Like, how's life? I just want to let you know, like, thank you for basically putting me through hell and back because that you broke me. I needed to be broken. I am so much better now. I got in my car and I drove away. It was like one of those feelings that was like aha moment. Because when you think about the worst time that you've ever been in a relationship, you think like, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to get over this. I'll never be able to feel the same way again. Like it just hurts so bad. But when you finally get over that hump and you trust God to help you get over that hump, it feels amazing. So I go to my sister's house and I'm telling her this story and I'm telling her about the guy that I saw on Instagram. And she's like, just say hi to him. I was like, no. Like, you would never catch me saying hi to a guy first because I'm like, no, guys are supposed to pursue girls, da 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 da. And she was like, no, like, just say hi. And I'm like, this is so dumb. But I said hi. I said hi with 3 eyes. We've been kicking it ever since. We're working on 7 months now. And it's funny because now that we're in a relationship and we just talked about things that we were going through, his timeline was identical to my timeline. When I was in a pit, like at my very, very bottom, like having thoughts that I never thought that I would have, and just like completely down on myself, not trusting God whatsoever, super lonely, he was going through the exact same thing. He was in a relationship that he wasn't happy in either, but he was praying for me essentially. He didn't know me and I didn't know him, but we were praying for each other. We were praying for somebody who was going to honor us, somebody who was going to respect us, somebody who had God in their life, somebody who was family oriented. We were both praying for all of these things. And the very moment, because I told God, I was like, please veil me until the time. Who knew I was ready? But when I log on to Instagram one day, boom, my boyfriend, well, I didn't know he was my boyfriend at the time, pops up. That's why I'm saying when you are going through something, you truly need to ask God to veil you completely from all things. Everyone, toxic relationships, people, and you have to have the willpower to stand strong. Now, don't get it twisted. It gets lonely. It's not all rainbows and gumdrops and date nights with Jesus. It's lonely. I cried a lot. I was on this very floor many a nights crying my eyes out because I was a person that was used to having somebody else validate me, a guy validate me, but not Jesus Christ. And that's the thing that we do. We allow the world to validate us and we don't allow Jesus to validate us. So you need to get in your prayer closet. You need to get by yourself. You need isolation. Sometimes God won't move you because you don't want to isolate yourself. He's waiting for you to isolate yourself completely, get butt naked for Jesus, and surrender yourself to Him. And that's exactly when it happens. So here are a couple of things that can help you. For a person who is feeling lonely, check out Joshua chapter number, I can't see this because the light is in my face, but I'll let you know. But it says, have I not commanded you? Be strong and of good courage. Do not be afraid nor be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. And that is Joshua 1:9. And then Psalms, my favorite book, Psalms 40, verse 1 through 3 says, I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined me. He heard my cry. He also brought me up from the horrible pit out of my miry clay and set my feet upon rock. He established my steps and has put a new song in my mouth. Praise to God. Many will see it and fear it and will trust in the Lord. He'll take you out of that pit, girl. And the last thing that I'm going to leave you with is just this little scripture that the Bible talks to you about an answered prayer. And this is my favorite, and it's Matthew 7 through 8. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks and he who seeks will find, and him who knocks, the door will be open. So I really just want you guys to remember, veil yourself before the Lord. Don't worry about this world. literally isolate yourself. Sometimes you have to do that. And in order to get anything, it's like working out. Lord knows I need to start working out again. You had to be disciplined. You have to be disciplined with yourself. And if you're disciplined with it, you can do it. I love you guys. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was beneficial to somebody. And hopefully you should probably subscribe to this because I think I have like 3 subscribers.